Hi, my name is Bianca, and this is my video reflection for Module 2. So, starting off with Lesson 2.1, the crash course video, How Are Cities Organized, tells us that every city has its unique story to tell about its culture and history. There are several theories and models used to understand the organization and development of cities, namely the central place theory and the concentric zone model. But each city's history has its unique phases, each bringing new processes and relationships that produce specific patterns of urban form. The video makes the disclaimer that we can't build cities the same way in every climate or environment. Chapter 1 of the Future Cities book first talks about the future city as seen in the past and looks at both More's Utopia and part of Gulliver's Travels and compares them to each other on what these authors believe the future could look like. The author makes the case that each utopia envisioner believes that if men are only placed with a proper setting, they will behave as the creators of utopia believe they should behave. However, the caveat about utopias is that they specify a desirable future state without detailing the means of achieving it. City planning, however, is charged with specifying a desirable future state and also the means of attaining it. So lesson 2.2 then looks at the 2022 Trend Report for Planners, which was created by the APA and the Lincoln Institute of Land Policy. The trends of this report are structured into 3 timeframes: the trends we need to act on now, the trends we need to prepare for, and the signals we need to learn and watch. The 3 timeframes indicate the urgency of planners' action, and the report closes with the future of planning, which highlights the importance of human skills and updating the planner's toolkit in order to be effective planners of the future. Lesson 2.2 starts off with a claim in Chapter 5 of the Future of Cities that we are becoming new nomads, and that we are witnessing a historic decline in the significance of place to human life, and instead are choosing to become a super industrial society. Our current economy demands mobility, and we maintain our link with each place we move for a shorter and shorter interval. The author then talks about the end of the city, using Southern California as an example of the need for cities disappearing. He believes we instead want to retreat to a new kind of one-class super village. Lastly, he introduces the Dumb-Mills family and a forecast to the year 2080 to explore life in the city of the future. The Future of Cities video in Lesson 2.2 makes a few major points. Big highways do not solve problems. The future of our cities is about people, not cars. Getting more people mobilized through bikes and walking is far less expensive and is more healthy. And lastly, the biggest message was that cities should learn from one another to create better future cities. It shouldn't be done alone. The first additional material I chose was the movie WALL-E, which depicts what would happen if we do not heed the warnings of the importance of exercise and mobility and relying only on technology to advance. The second additional material I chose was the Wikipedia for Futurama, which was an exhibit and ride at the 1939 New York World's Fair, sponsored by the General Motors Corporation, and was characterized by automated highways and vast suburbs. This is another warning to me of how our cities could continue to grow car dependent, which would be bad for the environment and human health and quality of life. Through the required and additional readings, I learned that the physical dimensions of a city vary greatly from place to place, and the future of cities will look different for each city. Learning from past forecasts and making more informed forecasts and sharing knowledge with other planners will allow us to build the most desirable future. Thanks for listening.